We're live. Yes, 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 yes. This is Nicholas Tanek. We're going to talk about primal play. Everything we talk about today is consensual. We're adults. This is a lifestyle. This is a culture. We're consenting adults. Please, please don't judge. But we're let out the cage tonight. We're going hunting. This is your kinky friends. Oh, tonight we're talking to the Lioness and many others. We have a bunch of people here, but we're gonna kick it off with the Lioness. Hi, Lioness. How are you doing? The Lady Lioness is here.
Hi, Nick. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm well. We're gonna talk about primal play. We started talking. We met at the Manor, and there's certain people you just know, you just meet, and you can tell it. It's even friendship and just business. There's a primal, feeling to that. But there are certain people you just meet and you just know you have a connection with. And that stems in the kink and everything. You're the Lioness. You're the queen of the jungle. So I had to ask you about primal play and bring your friend. You brought some friends, and I brought some friends too. So before we begin, let's go to everybody. Please go to yourkinkyfriends.com, and you can listen to us on Spotify at YKF, Your Kinky Friends with Nicholas Tanek. And please, 15% all inventory at lockedinlust.com with offer code YKF. I can tell you, holy moly, primal play. Let's start this off. So I'm wrapped. So I'm wearing this. I'm locked in chastity. Chastity's under here. The huge strap-on is on. I'm the prey that's caught. Yeah. I'm in the queen chair. We have a chair just for, and I'm in it. I guess I was sneaking around in her chair. So next thing I know, I'm pallet wrapped to the chair, right? It's great. I'm pallet wrapped to the chair. She starts circling me. And I guess I've been, talking about primal play this whole week, right? And so that's and here I am.
You deserve that.
I think I do. Luckily, we laid the blanket down over the chair, the throne, right? Because the splash blankets are great. Like I said, this thing, if used right, squirt in seconds, get 15% off. Great, YKF. Lady Lioness, let's start off with primal play. If you could describe primal play, 3 raw, guttural sounds, growls, hisses, or moans, what would they be?
I would say definitely growls and moans.
Okay. When do they start? Like in the like how deep in the play do you start? Like, for example, I can come up to Sunshine. Honestly, I can come up to Sunshine right behind her, just in her ear. Something stirs in her. I've done that before, and people have done it to me, and something stirs in you. Why does that stir something in you?
I mean, the sound. For me, it depends on when the primal energy starts. It depends on a couple of factors: how hungry I am. It also depends on how delicious I find my prey. And what, a couple of growls, moans, or just like a deep inhale. That's sort of where I like to start. Is I'll get real close, come in and just take a nice deep inhale to get the scent of what I'm about to play with.
Do you think that, let me ask you this, what percentage of primal play is olfactory?
For me, it's a pretty large percentage. I'm very into scent.
If I was going to put a cologne on right now, right, we're at a party. We're at a party. Everybody stinks. Not me. I don't. Right? I'm wearing a certain cologne. What is the cologne that gets you, or what is the scent that gets you?
I mean, your cologne is pretty nice, right? You wear a nice one. I like, I like sweeter, more oud, gourmand smells. I like you to smell delicious to me. So I don't necessarily have a particular one that drives me wild, but it's more of a category of scent. But I don't just want to smell cologne. I want to get the scent of your pheromones. I want to really smell what and who you are.
Yes, comments. Local support is in the house. Sestra. Hi from Sestra. I love Sestra. Sestra is an artistic force in here in Jersey community.
She's also a member of Club Femme New Jersey. Hi, Sestra. Love you.
I love that. Yeah, I was on the phone with her. But yeah, we speak a lot. Yes, we were. I witnessed the that. You know, she was like, I'm getting into it. She's like, I'm getting more into it again, which is awesome. Sestra, I love you. All right. What animal instinct surprised you most?
I'd have to say the whole scent thing. That, you know, I've always been pretty tactile. I like touching, I like feeling, I like scratching, nibbling, but the scent really just takes me to a whole other place. If you smell, like if your essence is pleasing to me, it's second to none.
If your essence is pleasing to me. Okay. I like that. You know what you want. It's beautiful. What animal? But how did? Okay, that's a typo. What's going on? Black Messy in the house. First time I felt that spark will be when someone bites me. Hi, Messy. Love Messy. Messy is great.
He's a sweetheart.
So here, Sestra comes in. Biting is fun. And
oh my God, that is one of my sister goddesses in Goddess House. Hello, nice. Babs. Very close to my heart.
Okay, so let's continue this primal play. So in a female-led relationship world like yours, Club Femme, how does embracing primal play amplify the power exchange in a female-led relationship?
For me, in the way that I approach female-led dynamics, and everybody's dominance is different, but from my primal energy, the way I approach it, my partner is like a piece of meat, like something waving around in front of me when I'm starving. Just something to be taken, consumed, played with, whatever I want, really.
Yes. When did primal play ever go wrong for you? Things mess up. We're human. You know what I mean? It happened.
I can't say. I mean, luckily, I've been very fortunate in having things not go wrong for me. As far as my play in the primal sense, I can shift, dynamics and energies mid-play if need be. If that's too much, if that's too strong an energy, I can shift into something a little softer. But I will say, in my earlier years of exploring exploration of kink, when I was bottoming and I was learning. One of the things that did happen was I was playing. I like breath play. I also like doing, giving breath play. I like a good carotid choke. It makes me rain come. So it's definitely a hot element. So when I was bottoming and learning about, being choked and what does it do and how does it work and how does that affect my body, I had gotten my hands on a really cool asphyxiation collar. It's a quick release safety collar that somebody super duper awesome makes. And
out.
Well, Justin Sane Leather.
I know that
guy. He's fantastic. He makes some of the most amazing toys, but he makes this asphyxiation collar, and it has a quick release to it, so it's super safe. But I was playing with it. I had somebody choking me, and he brought me too close to the brink of passing out, and unfortunately, I did pass out the one time. I came right back too, but that was a little scary, and we just rolled from there. It was with somebody who I was seeing and bottoming for a couple of years. and it was not in any danger. I didn't feel like I was in any danger, but it was definitely something where I was like, oh, okay, well, that was a little too far. Let's not do that. You know?
It's funny that you mentioned Justin. What a great guy. He took his time and his energy, and he's going to be on the show very, very soon. But before we bring everybody on, and I mean everybody on, Primal Play. So I was talking to people, you know me, people, that's what they do. And I'm like, I'm having a show about Primal Play. What are some of the misconceptions? What do you think it is? Because I want to know what they think it is. First thing people think it's just rough sex. Then it's like, is it always predator prey? Or you have to growl, you have to bark or something like that. So I want to ask you this. Someone who loves Primal Play, the Lady Lioness, what's the biggest myth about Primal Play that you've shattered for a newbie sub?
It doesn't have to be rough. It doesn't have to be big physical, power struggle, or it doesn't have to be a fight. It can be very much a stalking your prey. It can be a very tactile, seductive kind of an element. It doesn't have to be rough and a lot of body contact.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, you have introduced me and everybody on the stream, but you're about to introduce the show to a friend of yours who you mentioned. We're going to talk about his work. We're going to talk about his work with Primal Play. So who are we about to bring on? You want to bring him on?
We are about to hear from somebody who's super cool. Everybody should know a little bit about Justin Sane. He works with exotic skins, crocodile, stingray, buffalo. He just makes the coolest stuff from the coolest things. And he's super cool to talk to. He's also a primal player. I've witnessed some of his play in action, and it's pretty hot. So please, Justin, let's bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Sane, how are you?
I'm well. I'm very well. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you a lot, really.
What's inspiring you these days, Justin?
Oh, man. A lot. This year's been kind of crazy. So there's been a lot of changes and some growth and some there's a lot of different ways to get to where you're going. That's for damn sure. Yeah.
That's true. So tell me about this asphyxiation collar. And how do you use it in Primal Play? First of all, how did you make it? What was the idea for making an asphyxiation collar? Like, were you just like, I really need I love being choked. I love choking people. I wish I had a collar to do it for me. It's BDSM world. Great. It's perfect.
I like your story better, actually. I wish it was like that. Yours is better than mine. But
I was in the middle of choking someone.
Basically,
hey, can we bring these collars up? Do you have a website?
No, I couldn't work through a website. I'm so damn busy. If I had orders coming through, I'd never get anything done.
Okay.
Do you have one to show?
Yeah.
You have Instagram, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Well, I've got one. Hang on, Justin. I'll be right back. I'll get mine.
Yeah. I do have one. Here's what it is. It's just a simple piece of leather with a buckle and a couple of loops on it. And the idea behind it is to, one, have any type of a safety device that's actually a safety device. When I made it, it wasn't about making a toy. It was about making something for safety because it just didn't exist. And if you try to tell people that choke that they should stop, that's just not going to work. So I just wanted to make something that actually would work. So what I did was I made this collar, and it quick releases. It's kind of hard to demonstrate if you don't have someone here. But the idea is that it'll go on and it'll buckle into place in a manner that you're already getting a restriction. As you get that restriction, you can feel it before you do anything at all. You can look at your partner's eyes and they'll start to get glassy, and you get that permagrin. You're in the right spot. And what'll happen is at that point, you just leave it. You don't mess with it at all. What you want to do then is provide stimulation. because at that point you need more oxygen, because anytime you start stimulating, you're going to breathe harder. And it's just, it's the way it works. So now that you're breathing harder and you're locked into a restriction, that restriction becomes more and more affable with every single breath. So at that point, if you need to go a little further, that's what the second buckle is for. You can give it a little pull and let go. It'll snap right back to your safe place where you were to begin with. Now, at this point, you got to think, what's really the determining factor? The determining factor is the stimulation. All right, the collar is the tool. The stimulation is what makes it phenomenal. Because at that point in time, when you're locked into place with a restriction and stimulated, everything, everywhere gets extremely sensitive. You can't do anything about it. It's just the way it works. So if you want to give it a little more pull, that's between you and your partner, and don't ever do it without a partner, let's be real. But one way or the other, we know you're going to, and that's what the big loop is for. So, you're safe when you do it alone. But one way or the other, the idea is once you're restricted, once you're stimulated, everything gets so entirely sensitive. No matter how you touch it, bite it, chew on it, call it funny names. Every single spot is super sensitive, and it's going to stay that way until you let your collar loose. And the other side of the coin is, if there is an accident, you have much more of an opportunity to not have to suffer through it. You just, let it go back to your safe place and continue breathing, which is the optimum point, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the important part. Yeah.
But either way,
just as like a community service,
it's a phenomenal toy because it tells your body that you're having an issue and you have emergencies everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it starts sending all of those chemicals everywhere. And then once you let the damn thing loose and you can get all those chemicals at a full rush, it's extremely effective in multiple ways. It's faceted, I would say.
Just as a community service type of, we got to be responsible. Anyone playing with that, what are some just like mandatory things that, or any kind of breath play, just to remind anyone listening or watching, what are some mandatory things that just to make sure we're safe so we don't kill each other by accident? Basically.
Don't do it standing up. Somebody bound to fall over and bump their head. Sit them down, get them comfortable where they don't need to move.
Yeah, it's a great, thank you for saying that. Thank you. Seriously.
Yes. Number one, have a seat.
Grab a chair. Yeah. Pull up a dick and have a seat.
All right. Justin, we're going to bring you back real quick, but I want to finish something up with the Lioness, and then we're going to bring it up to everybody. Okay. Yep. Thank you so much. You are awesome. All right. Lady Lioness.
Yes.
All right. Because we're going to talk about primal play on this episode. Mm-hmm. So we're going to set it up. A primal scene. Walk us through building a primal scene for you. Tease the tussle.
So for me, of course, there's negotiation beforehand. We talk about limits. We talk about boundaries. We talk about safe words. We go over the types of things that we are going to do and the types of things that we don't want to do. Then once the scene commences, I usually like to get my partner into a good headspace. I'll ask them to kneel in front of me. I'll ask them to come close. I like to do that seated, just when I'm seated, so that I can sort of wrap my energy around somebody, smell them, feel them, taste, if that's what I want to do. And then once I get the senses heightened for both myself and the person that I'm playing with, I'll start to touch and see how they receive my touch. Are they open? Are they not? I'm also big into energy exchange. I can feel someone's energy pretty quickly. So I'll see how they receive me into their space, into their physical space, into their energetic space. And then I'll just start touching and increasing the pressure of my touch. I may take a grab of skin, either on the neck or the shoulders, just to to give a sense of, and I have strong hands, so just to give a sense of, this is mine, you are now mine, you are caught. And then what I usually do is I'll see where we go from there. They usually melt at that point. They don't typically fight. I mean, that's sort of like the bite around the neck that the lion does. It's once I've got them in my energy, they're smelling me, I'm smelling them, I'm touching them, I'm caressing them, I'm seducing them. It's really just a big seduction. Then, as far as play goes, it depends. There could be pain. There could be, I usually like to do a pretty good mix of pleasure and pain of the build, and then, take them down and then give them a little bit of pleasure and a little bit of pain, and just sort of like as if a cat is batting a mouse around, like playing with them. And then once the scene is over, I bring us down and I take us into an aftercare, and I thank them and let them know how honored I am to have exchanged what I exchanged with them. And I give them the space to process and to either hug me or just to come down off of it. So that's sort of the way I flow.
How does primal play aftercare different from regular aftercare?
I don't really know.
Sissy aftercare.
Sissy aftercare. So I guess primal aftercare is still very tactile. It's still very scent oriented for me. It sort of keeps the theme of the play. So I guess different aftercare would be relative to the different scene. If we've got a sissy, I'm going to be affirming, nurturing, validating, accepting, and sort of to honor the exchange that I was just given.
Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. What about switches? Yeah, I'm a switch myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of, first of all, I wanted to talk about primal sissies. We could, a new kind of genre of things we could do. All right. See, this is what I've been playing with. I've been massively submissive all week, and then once I'm let out, I'm an animal. So it's funny because even as submissive, and I'm like a switch at heart. So like when I'm just like regular, when I'm not in that mode, I can just come on, like right behind her, and it's like the animal kind of. I'm a Leo too, so it's like the lion sleeping. You know what I mean? And it becomes awake. So you get let out, and then the lion takes care of business.
Well, you're pent up in a cage all week. I mean,
yes.
What happens when you let the lion out of the cage?
this is all consensual role play. So okay, let's move on with the questions. Have you ever had to flip? Speaking of switches, have you ever have to flip roles in the mid scene? Or did someone ever try?
Oh, I mean, sure.
They try.
Sure, they try. Of course, not. It doesn't usually end in flipping. I mean, but they try. I mean, it's cute.
That's adorable. You're trying to be a dom. Oh, that's so nice of you. Oh, trying to see how it feels. Trying to see how the other half lives. All right. Underrated or tool or texture that transforms the chase for you. Like something that just like can totally switch, that could kick into high gear, or could just change the direction of the chase for you.
I love electricity play. I like the violet wand. Something about that and watching it brings out my sadism. I like to, and then I just want to create little pain in little nooks and crannies that people don't usually get touched in. So that's one that flips it for me. Knives are another one. I love to drag a blade across the skin. It's just, it takes me immediately into this primal headspace of, I could slice you and dice you. Of course I wouldn't, but just the threat of it,
And Messy comes in, Black Messy. It comes in. I was going to end this with a question just like this, but I always want to give the crew and the people and Messy's awesome. He worded the question perfectly. What is a primal scene you fantasize about, would love to achieve? I'm going to take myself out for this one.
So I would love to have a more alpha submissive guy. That's really my favorite energy to play with. I love the alpha submissive guy. I would love to sort of play and have him, be strength and energy, right, from him. It's going to be strong. It's going to be powerful. The scent is going to be stronger. Just everything about the play. And to just have, I guess like you would in a lion, like a king lion and a lioness, there would be this sort of primal sex. It would be a lot of energy, a lot of, clawing, scratching, growling. Those are the things that are in my spank bank, Nick.
Thank you for letting us know. It's much appreciated. All right, let's bring the crowd in. Justin Sane is back, and guess who else we have? We have Mistress Sophie, and we have Anna Valentina. Justin Sane, you got a question from Stan Vladimir. Justin, I have a question. See, I jumped a gun before I even read the question. Justin, I have a question. What's the best material on making collars and how to keep them from not getting mold?
There's no best material. It's the stuff that makes you feel sexy as fuck. And if you put it on and it makes your stuff get all jiggly, then yeah, that's the stuff for you. And as far as the mold, soap and water, dirty boy. Soap and water. Self-maintenance. Clean that thing up. Wash it.
Yeah. All right.
If you have a problem with keeping your leather clean, you can usually find a leather sub that will come over and bring you a sandwich and also polish up the leather. It's true.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. It made me look for an old short story I wrote when I was a teenager called "Everybody Loves to Fuck on Thanksgiving." That was 15 years old at the time. Man, it brings back memories. Did anyone have a kinky Thanksgiving? Speak now or forever hold your peace, and we get back.
Good for you, Justin.
We had,
keeping the faith.
We had Fetish Mafia orphans Thanksgiving party, and we had lots of food, and the cross was in the kitchen, and the spanking bench was in the living room, and it seemed that there was a crock whip show and tell spontaneously out of nowhere. That was fun, and we converted a top to a bottom right in front of everyone's eyes, and it was his choice. We just helped him.
Very nice. Love it.
Indeed.
And you had
also
spank
turkey.
Yes, and Lady Lioness, you had Spanksgiving.
We did. We had Club Femmes Thanksgiving. It was a beautiful dinner and play party. It went off wonderfully. We had some male submissives who worked very hard prepping and cooking and serving and cleaning. And then I got to reward a couple of them after the party. And they were very happy boys.
Aww.
And what kind of rewards would what kind of rewards are these you're talking about?
Well, only the most deviant, Nick. I mean, I did play with a couple of them. I had one. His favorite thing is to be tied up, gagged, hooded, and tied in a different room and just left there for a little while. Come back in, torture him. I strapped a shock collar to his leg and carried the remote just so that I could hear him, every so often. And then another one of them I took downstairs at the tail end, and he was such a good boy. He worked so hard serving and just really from start to finish, he was great. And it was one of his initial play experiences, so that was fun. And, I sort of seduced him into my headspace. And while I was playing with him, he mentioned, "My God, your eyes are crazy. I see the devil in your eyes." And I said, "That's not the devil. That's the lioness."
You do have beautiful eyes. The first time I saw your eyes, I was transfixed. I was very much enchanted. All right, Justin, let's move it on to primal play. What's the first time you felt that primal spark ignite in a scene?
I would say it was long before I got in the lifestyle. Like the time that girl climbs on and puts her nails in your back and kind of slides down. And not just then, but like when you feel it on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And, you
she really like me.
News, you're going to call her back.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the fun of it all started leaving wounds, there was that's not what everybody else was bragging about. I knew there was something a little different there. So it was long before I even knew what the lifestyle was. But I mean, right about then, I was like, there's something to this, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna last.
All right.
But,
so
with primal play for me, it's kind of funny though, because a lot of folks see it as a in-scene situation, and that's definitely true, without a doubt. That is true, but it's also all those other times. It's all those other times, because when you're primal, you're not so much thinking about the actual impact. You're thinking about how to make that impact sustain. Whether you do it with your words or with your toys or with your actions, you don't want it to be something that will cause an orgasm now. You want it to do something that's going to cause friction in the situation, good, bad, or indifferent, for a long time. A long time. If that means you get a hold of their insecurity and you just start dancing on it, proceed. If that means, you get, you've got to get into their head. You've got to get into their soul. Everyone else, I see these tops and these doms, and they want to get into the pussies of their bottoms. That's what they're after. A primal wants everything else. We'll get to those parts. A primal wants everything else. We want the flavor. We want the scent. We want the insecurities. Those insecurities are just as sexy as much more sexy, because there's power behind them. You put a lot of energy behind that insecurity, hiding it, masking it, and I'm about to kiss it better. I'm about to make you tell me it exists, and then I'm going to suck on it. You know what I mean? One way or the other. I don't want all of that typical bullshit. I want you to find out that you want to be in my space and put yourself there. Because I ask you, because that's where you think you need to be. And at that point in time, I'm not somebody that has pushed you into something that you may or may not agree with. I've become a goal. I've become the object of I've become the object of her power, because she decided she wants something, then she went and got it. I'm not something she has to worry about. Is she making a mistake? She's going to trust herself. She may not trust if I say, "Baby, come here." But she says, "Hey, look where I'm going." She's going to trust every fucking syllable. So at that point, there's no sense in chasing her down. It's just ridiculous. Primal isn't just getting in her panties. It's about getting in her power. And if you can't increase that power, then you're just kind of weak. You're just kind of weak, because if you're chasing after something that's not a worthy foe, what the fuck are you doing anyway? So I want her built up before she even gets here. And then I want her to put herself in my space. And then once she's in my space, I don't want her to drop her panties and see how good they look on my carpet. I want to know who the fuck she is and how the fuck she got there, because I'm about to use that to get her power. I want that. If you can get up in her power, if you become the object of what she wants, now you're going to have a different experience. You best be
Beautiful.
You best be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You best
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
Because a woman in that space, anyone in that space at that point, especially a woman, a well-prepared woman that just achieved what she went after, I want to be that achievement. Not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I get prime.
Beautifully said.
So I did some research on the types of the types of animal instincts. All right, this is what I got. Just hunt predatory, you know. There's the prey, flight response. So there's the predator, there's the prey. Territoriality. How much does territoriality play in your primal play?
All the way. I mean, I prefer to be the bait as opposed to the predator or the prey. But
to be the
yeah,
bait,
all
yeah.
the way. I mean, you know, I mean, every single step of it, because I mean, without the bait and the chase and the catch and the, you know, what the hell else is there to do? But I mean, at that point in time, it's not just about the panties, though. It's about all of it. Have you ever nibbled a woman right here and then chew, or a person? I guess I haven't chewed on men, but I mean, have you ever nibbled a woman right behind her neck and then tasted it? You chew it up, so it's sensitive, and then taste it. I mean, you know, so many people will miss that every single fucking time, and they taste different everywhere you try it. So I mean, it's just it's an all day endeavor. But you know, you need a primal wants every one of those flavors, all of them, all of them.
A lot of people.
And the reaction. Look at what's going to happen when you do it.
A lot of people I talk to were talking about
here are you know, on every human it's going to be 100% different. So I mean,
a lot of people are talking about, we're talking about mating, and that ends up with the whole breeding fetish. So does the primal fetish and the breeding fetish go together?
I think so.
How much?
I mean, it's in there. You don't have to have a breeding fetish to be primal, and vice versa. But for me, I mean, that's extremely hot. Like if I you know, pounce on somebody, and it would be of course a trusted partner, and I want to breed him. Like I want to take every ounce of seed, and I want it, you know, all for me.
Now, I'm a very whimsical person. I have a wild imagination, a very, very wild imagination. One of the animal instincts is pack bonding. So when I'm thinking of like ultimate fantasies of everything like that, I'm thinking of me being domed by a bunch of primal dominatrixes, right? Yeah, you know, because they formed a pack. Yeah, that's so. How does pack bonding lead into even the fantasy, the primal role play fantasy?
So I will say to you, welcome to Goddess House NJ.
Yes.
And Club Femme NJ. I mean, that's, you know, what we're about. We're a pack of really loving, trusting, dominant women, and, you know, a few submissive men that fiercely protect each other, love each other, and enjoy each other. And yeah, we're just in each other's lives. So that's our pack.
Hey, Justin, let's go to New Jersey. We'll be prey.
Come back. I keep trying to get him to come back.
You know, I've not been out of the house much since the virus, and I've created myself a bit of a space to work and hide, and I've had some company here and there. That's for sure.
Good.
But I'll tell you, I had a new friend. I hate to call people clients because that sucks. I mean, that might be where it started. But a new friend came all the way in from Montana 2 weeks ago. Decided to stay the weekend, so we threw her a party.
Yay!
And just invited all the mafia members over to the house. And this human might have been one of the most natural primal humans I've met in a long, long time. She spanked every person in the room that would let her. Immediately, she's like, "Welcome. Thanks for having me. Does anybody want a spanking?" And every time she had a good impact, she had a giggle fit, which was just ridiculous. Because sometimes primal isn't that drooling, blah blah blah. Sometimes it's just that absolutely human reaction that we can't help, And she's making impact and helping someone have that energy. Her giggles were uncontrollable, and her primal energy was giggle fits. And when she was done spanking everyone that would let her, she took a spanking as well. So she made 100% of her trip and had top and bottom energy the whole night and shared it with everyone that would let her.
Aww.
And what a fun time, it's out of the blue. But I'm sitting on the side of a mountain in Arizona, and then she pops up, and she's not the first. It's happened a few times, but not quite like this, because she decided to stay the weekend. So I invited the mafia, and they showed up. But it's been crazy out here, and the fact that people come all the way out here to sit on the side of this mountain to jump on the cross and the spanking bench, and I mean, literally, they've come from miles around.
That's the beauty of kink. I mean, it's very symbolic, and it's very symbolic of the primal nature of kink, of how people are hungry for connection. Right? Not only just any connection, the right connection. Finding the right person in the kink community is such a beautiful moment. It like something inside you just stirs, and you can't deny it. It's beautiful. All right. So we have Dustin Condit 4263 says, "What a fantastic last minute event. Her giggles were so energizing."
I'm just going to point out the profound nature of somebody hanging out on mountainside and being put on the cross. Just,
yeah, there's symbolism to that.
Like this is indeed a spiritual escape and retreat, and doing it right.
I have a corner window in the front end of my kitchen where I have my cross. So the best part of my view is out the front end of my house. So I put the cross in the kitchen with a view. I just felt like it was appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, bodily ecstasy, beautiful ecstasy, aesthetics and spiritual and bonding and community. It's perfect. It sounds like an amazing event.
Indeed.
All right, let's go around the room. Anna Valentina.
Yes.
Valentina, what is a primal scene you fantasize about and would love to achieve?
Okay, so I think it must have been pre-pandemic. I saw an event on FetLife that was Midwest, I want to say around Chicago or something, and it was a hunt. It was the hunters would gather around, everybody would gather around a campfire in the woods and so on, and cigars and boots and so on, and then the prey would get a head start. And it was a night hunt, and and after it was over, everybody would gather around the campfire again and unwind, cuddle, all that kind of good stuff. But oh my God, I want to hunt somebody through the woods. That's fuck yes, just like straight up, just just the most ancient animalistic urges and drives and so on, just engaged in. And yeah, I would like to do something like that for like a birthday, something like that. And not just, wouldn't be part of it would not be just the fact that I would get to do it, but the whole pack, the pack experience and the pack energy and vibe. I think that would be a tremendous thing, to have that kind of shared, like a primal village, basically.
It's funny that you say that you said you wanted to hunt somebody. I wrote a book called Your Kinky Friends, and on the back of the book, Jennifer O'Neill, the great artist Jennifer O'Neill, has a quote, but I'll never forget. She said, once she had to. I invited her on the show. We were scheduling stuff like that. She's like, I can't that day, Nick. I'm going to be chasing after naked men in the woods with knives.
Yeah.
At first, it's like you think she's joking. She's not. She's straight up.
Okay, so I
shout out to Jennifer.
My early
I love you so much.
Yeah, I was like right out of high school, and I was hanging out with a girlfriend of mine, and we had these two guys we were hanging out with. Whatever, we got a motel room, and she's getting down, with her business with the dude in the other bed, and I took my dude, and he was, confused but willing, and I took my dude and I tied him to the bed. And he, for some reason, had a machete with him, just like a dull, machete. So I tied him to the bed and just like ran my machete all over his body, and just like I was fully clothed, and like when I was done, I sat there and smoked a cigarette. And the other two were just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he wasn't in any danger, but he sure felt like it for a second. But it was to me, it was very sexy because I was like, I was getting what but he was like I said, he wasn't like he wasn't going to call the cops, but he was confused and he was kind of like turned on, but it was just very much like, yeah.
There's a big echo, Anna, on your
sorry.
vocals a little bit. You can go to the stream right. No worries. Justin.
Yeah.
I'm saving you for this. I'm saving this question for you. Anticipating. What is a primal scene that you fantasize about, you would love to achieve? You're an artist. You create things. Let's say you had endless resources. What's a primal scene that you fantasize about that you could do, that you wish you could achieve?
Oh, wow. Wow. I wish I'd have been on that question early. A primal scene that I'd like to achieve. You know what? I'm not going to reach too far on this one. I'm going to make this just entertaining and fun. I'm not going to reach too far on this one. There is a cave near my house. And it's not really a cave. It was supposed to be a train trestle, and it was never made into a train trestle. So now it's just this big fucking cave, right? Now, it's easy enough to get to, and you just kind of walk down into it, and it's sizable. Probably 50 yards deep and 20 feet tall, probably 20 feet wide. It's you put people in there, not just a person or two. I mean, you can actually fit a crowd in there.
Nice.
I'd like to there's boulders you can put people on and whatnot. Fire pits, a place to put a fire. So there's like, a cave and a couple fires and some boulders and some echoes of the whips and whatnot. And I think the whole entire scene, like just to have a fetish party in the cave.
Yes.
With, people that are going to appreciate that type of thing, as opposed to just go home and put it on Facebook. I was in a cave. Yeah. But there's those of us that are going to dig something like that for what it's worth and go, we're about to maximize the shit out of this. And the cave is available. It's like 2 miles from the house. And I think getting about a dozen of my favorite friends and some toys and some candles to stick everywhere, and a couple of fires for
that sounds incredible.
For mood,
and just visually, the visual aesthetic of the caves is wild. I used to go to raves all the time and like underground parties, so we'd break into like things and like caves would be a perfect spot. We've done that before, stuff like mines. So yeah, I like the way you think. Justin, oh, we have to make this happen, internet. Come on.
I have spoke to my crew about the cave a couple of times, and it hasn't come to fruition. I think that I need to, springtime is coming, so I think I need to push the issue.
I think we should get the femdom club, femdom and femdom mafias and all the femdoms to like just get the men working. You just like you get this big thing of women with whips, right, alongside the mountains, right, and all the men are carrying, doing shit. Yeah, why not? Use your resources.
Shit, may as well. It's a beautiful drive out there, and when you walk into the place, you know exactly what you came for.
That's
wow.
It's like that.
Sounds cool.
I know what this is for.
So you make toys too. I mean, you made the leash and you make other letter products. Primal wise, for primal play, what would you say is the best piece of equipment for primal play that you make? And then just answer the question as what's the best piece of primal play equipment that you could use?
That I think the croc whip is probably the most universally used. I mean, it's pretty well known as a pretty nasty device. I mean, and I know that's making primal play sound always mean, and it's totally not. But in this instance, I think that I mean I've seen these things really, really, really do damage, and I've seen them nibble where they're just tasty and precise because they go right where you want them. But there's bone in the hide. It's soft on the other side. You bend it over like a belt. The loop is even thick enough where you can slap it into the pink spots, and you can kneel on the bone. You can see there's a lot of bone in that hide, and you put your knees and some weight on that, your shoulders right above your knees, just lay it flat on the ground. Not to mention, it's just an easy toy to learn to. I can have you throwing this thing accurately in 1 minute, literally 1 minute. And I've done it hundreds of times. But I'll tell you, these toys, some of them come with a metal handle as well. You can kind of decide what to do with such a thing like that, but it's durable. It's not going to break or anything like that. But I got to say, these toys, not only do they make an impact, people say they're scary. They look at them and they say, that's just fucking terrifying. Don't touch me with that. And even if you just pull it out and set it right here while you're, using other things, the mind fuck of the croc whip is, I mean, it's formidable. It's formidable. People really think of these as something that's going to hurt for a long, long time. When really, if you're good with it, you take the time to understand the toy, it is absolutely a nibbler. Not to mention the back of it's just soft. That's suede, And once you've got everything warmed up, that suede becomes extremely effective to the touch. And yeah, I think the first thing when it comes to primal is to get into your head, get into your eyes, get into your ears. Those are the most primal toys on the whole entire earth anyway. If you can get your ears involved, if you can get your eyes involved, if you can get your words involved and make them all effective at the same time, way better than any toy I can produce every single time. However, if you happen to have one of these as well, I think this is probably one of the more primal toys I've ever made. But it is.
Yeah, that's got a good mindfuck element to it for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you see that. You're like, oh, it definitely gets your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. And
Justin, what percentage of primal play would you say is olfactory?
A lot. I wouldn't say 100%. I mean, you don't want, I don't like cologne. I feel like if I can smell you, and it's pleasant, that should be enough. I want to taste and smell and touch. I don't want the uh, the Maybelline, that I feel like that's a deterrent for me. It's like bear spray. But
I have to confess, I do this thing every night, more than just once, where I could be like, I'm a switch, and so there's like sometimes there's like French maid outfit involved, and chastity and stalking and stuff like that. Sometimes not. But I just put my face right in between her legs, right in her crotch. Just as I grab her ass, just like, yes, the scent does something, it and I feel like refreshed and energized. I'm ready. I wish I could do it every day before I go outside into the world, and sometimes I do. Whenever I do get that chance, I totally do.
I understand what you mean. I get that from the fresh out of the shower situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask some of the other crew. Mistress Sophie from the UK. Hi, Mistress Sophie. First of all, how much of primal play would you say is olfactory? Sense of smell.
Is that sort of, did you say that we're going in the house or outside, possibly?
Or just the play, primal play. So if you're with a client, right? If you're with a client and he wants some primal play, how much of it percentage wise would you say is that you use? Do you depend on sense?
I suppose that would depend a lot on like the client's requests and things. I mean, if a client sort of said they wanted a little bit, I'd only do a little bit. But then if she said, it's down to your discretion, I'd probably try and explore it as much as I can, because I don't actually do as much of it as I'd like to. Make sense?
Okay. Anna Valentina, what about you? How big are scents for you when it comes to primal play?
Very, very important. It's funny. When I was young, I didn't think I had that good of a sense of smell, because I had a lot of like sinus problems and, allergies and stuff. And then I moved away from the East Coast and those improved. Pollen allergies were a real thing.
What scent makes you embrace the bussy boss inside you?
I love a little funk. I love
funk.
I love a little funk. I love
right?
pheromones. I love like I love the feel and the look and the smell of sweat. I have asked male partners to not shower after working out, like before we have sex, because that's like they're drenched in pheromones. They're putting out like the most scent, and it's very like, I've sniffed t-shirts and, like straight up, like I'll just, one friend, he always smelled so good. I was just like, and it's like
I've had girlfriends use my boxer shorts. Like when I was a teenager, I've had used girlfriends, my girlfriends use my boxer shorts as pillowcases.
Oh,
that's sweet.
Yeah.
I think about it. It's really sweet. It's adorable.
Yeah. And so I really prefer like natural scents, like the scent of skin, the scent of, the pheromones, like, your crotch, body hair, armpits, all of that. And your scalp too. The scent of the smell of someone's hair, of their scalp, and their particular hormones and oils and so on. It's surprising how, and around the ears, all of that, all these spots on the body where it's unique. And I've heard that that if you like meet somebody and you just really, you don't like them for some reason, I don't know what it is, that kind of thing. And it could be because you are unconsciously registering their pheromones and something about them just doesn't mix with your chemistry for whatever reason. It doesn't mean they're bad or something. It's just something primally does not really click with you.
Can you meet someone? Do you ever meet someone and you hate them? You're like, I hate this person, but they smell so good. I want to fuck them so bad. Does that ever happen to you, Anna Valentina?
I mean, if they have that usually has more. Well, actually, yeah, it's like that has happened, but sometimes it's kind of a mix of like an artificial scent, like a cologne or something with them. But yeah, I have met people who are they're kind of an asshole, but I think I'd know what to do with that. So.
One of the animal instincts there is play fighting. Play fighting. When was the last, Lady Lioness? When was the last time you fought with your cubs? Smacking around a little bit.
Yeah, once in a blue moon. I'd like to do more of that. Honestly, I want to get into like really, some hand-to-hand like wrestling kind of a thing. I do want to get into that.
Hand-to-hand wrestling. So we have arm wrestling at the manor.
Be like thumb wrestling. No.
Well, they make those like dildos that you can put on your fingers. And I don't
You could.
What about play fighting? Did anybody have any stories of play fighting going wrong? Of sex play fighting go wrong?
I was just gonna say, like, who says you have to fight with your hands? You could do, have certain plugs or something and do a little sword fighting. I could see how something could go wrong with that.
Anna, have you ever beat someone with your dildo?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, was it consensual or was it out of anger?
It was consensual.
Did you ever beat someone out of love or anger?
Horniness. Both, I guess. No, it was definitely. And the thing is, I like to joke sometimes I should carry one in my purse as a self-defense weapon, but they're not the most wieldy, because the hand, it's like they're really heavy and they tend, and the handle is not. I had a long one that had a handle like a sword or something, and either that or like the balls. They're not really designed to. They're not balanced like a whip would be. So they're just kind of like, oh, it's a lot of effort to swing them. And so, yeah, I'm like, it's fun though. Like beat you with my dick.
Oh, we have a new question. I guess a new Stan question. Stan, what superpower would you like your submissive to have and use in your everyday life and in your kinky life? Keep in mind, you're submissive. So you already have your own superpowers you got to worry about. You have a submissive, but they're submissive to you, so you use their superpowers. We get complicated questions. So let's just start with Justin. Justin, you have a submissive, and boom, they get bitten by a radioactive king spider. A kinky spider. It has a whip, has a whole, other spiders, has a little hive, whatever. Yeah. What superpower would you like your submissive to have?
I don't really like submissives. I find them annoying. I know that's terrible, but if I had a counterpart that I was going to give a superpower to, I would probably make her like. This may sound silly. I mean, she'd be extremely brainy. I mean,
yeah.
Smart chicks are just
sexy,
fucking hot. I mean,
fuck yeah.
Chicks that are doing stuff that's not basic. What are you doing? Going to the club. What are you doing? I'm changing the fucking world. Whoa. Where did you come from, honey? You know what I mean?
Right.
And, superhero chicks are fucking hot.
But they have to say it exactly that way. I'm changing the world.
Yeah. and I mean, they're always self-made. Nobody ever cut them a break. The ones that have the breaks never turn into shit. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the ones that are bright as fuck and strong as fuck and they're brainy as fuck, they make their own way and they turn out to do great shit. And they usually end up doing great shit for others.
Yes.
And that's just hot as fuck. I mean, the ones that could have anything they wanted and they sacrifice so others can have a good life, baby. And past that, maybe just chase. I mean, a woman that knows how to chase, sugar. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to call me. You know what I mean? Let me know where you're at, because I'm not going to call you. I might text and get in your space or that kind of thing. I'm not going to put the moves on. Now, a superpower to chase, to like chase me down and make it, yeah, that'd be, because I'm never gonna lift a finger to chase her down.
I'm the same way. It also stems from the core of I only want to be around people who want to be around me. Right?
Yeah.
I only, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
chase somebody who doesn't want me.
So I mean, if she's brainy as fuck, which means she has all the power on earth, and she wants to chase me down and good at it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the
About to eat that like a dessert buffet. Dang.
Dustin, I've never been told, said Cave. Sunshine, love that power exchange. Sunshine's they're talking in the chat. Okay. One of my favorites that he has made me is the croc with the bone handle. And that is Darren Miro. Did you make a croc with a bone handle, Justin?
Fuck yeah. I took a leg from the side of an elk and I colored it black with some leather dye and I strapped a piece of crocodile to it. It's brutal as fuck.
Oh. Ooh. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. And I mean those bones, that's a handle for sure, but you flip it around and it's a thumper. You know what I mean? It's a real bone. And you, well, look, here's one right here. It says thumper.
hold it up. I gotta take everybody out real quick.
But yeah, I took one of these right here and I put a piece of crocodile on it and sent it to him. He was pretty happy to have it. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty good at using it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thumper. He named it Thumper.
It is a thumper. It is, and it feels good in all those spots. You know, all the places you want to put it, and maybe kiss better, and maybe not.
That's awesome. Bone handle with the skin of a predator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bessie says you are all lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bessie. Thank you, everybody at the Manor Crew. Thank you, everybody in New Jersey. Lady Lioness, everything Lady Lioness is doing, everything you're talking about, Justin. Lady Lioness is trying to build here in New Jersey, and I'm here to serve. So yes, and thank you, everybody. Thanksgiving. How anybody has some wild Thanksgiving stories they could want to tell? Yes, sir, Justin.
We had orphans Thanksgiving, and like I said, there's a cross in my kitchen, and there's a spanking bench, and the spreader bar hanging from the ceiling and whatnot. And we had a small group came in, and we had a nice little meal, and then really commenced to kicking the shit out of each other. It was kind of spontaneous, and a bunch of croc toys came out. There was like two groups, the ones that wanted one and the ones that had one. And they just started interacting and playing with the toys. That's what I like about cool toys. They make friends. People walk up and say, "Can I see that? Will you touch me with it? Can I touch you with it?" What, you know what I mean? A cool toy makes friends. The shit you pull out, the same old, no one's going to walk up and see that. But you walk up with something we've never seen, everybody in the room will be your friend because they're going to want to walk up and see it, you know? And that was kind of what happened in a micro situation on Thanksgiving in the living room, you know, while we're chewing down pumpkin pie and shit. And honest to God, Dustin, he's in the thing. He was chewing on pie while we were watching people do their thing several times over.
Lies in pain.
So I mean, it was. I think we called it Spanksgiving as well. I think we both had that one this year. But
it's a great name.
Oh my God! You know, I mean, at the end of the day, anytime you can like use good food as an excuse to spank the shit out of each other for a few hours. Delivery to the living room. You know, that cost me zero gas. I just put some brisket on the table.
Speaking of food, for the people who like splashing and stuff like that, what food, right, is best for primal play? If you were going to use food in primal play in any way, shape, or form.
Well, like it inspired the next party. I think the next one's going to be the sadist buffet and show and tell. I think we're going to get serving trays full of nasty toys to sample and try.
This is great.
Nice. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should
Like-
be fun.
Ooh. Ooh.
Say buffet. Num 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 num.
Num num num.
Yeah,
You have a
you
little-
have the appetizer platters, and those are the first the opening act of your scene, and then you get into the bigger entree stars of the show, and the big really fill you up kind of toys, and then you have the side dishes for additional whatever, and then you have the desserts and then like finishing touches and so on, like I love that. Oh yeah, I love that. A sensory buffet. Oh yeah.
Sounds beautiful. Sign me up.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and of course, Stan comes in. Speaking of Predator Prey, is any of you
Uh-huh.
seen the new Predator movie, Predator Badlands?
I haven't.
we always talk about film here. None of us have seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
I should watch
all
it
right,
tonight.
wrap it up. Speaking of Thanksgiving, though, wow. At my vanilla Thanksgiving, yes, I have a vanilla life too. But they know me. They know who I am. And for some reason, Stephen Colbert on his show said the word felching, right? Stephen, so he said that he did. He said that he didn't say what it was, but he said it. My family knows who I am. So at the Thanksgiving dinner table, I am asked to explain what felching is because
Oh my God.
So wait, how did you do that? You gotta tell us.
Another room and basically say it's not my thing, but this is what it is.
Now, Nick, we don't want to yuck somebody else's yum.
It's not my thing. If it is, that's awesome. It's cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of what semen, sucking semen out of an asshole. That's basically what felching is. And it's a funny talk at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
The aftertaste. You can't do felching.
It's to each his own. Everybody's got
My
their thing.
initial
I'm locked in chastity right now. Not everybody else is. Some people
Well,
don't
my
like that.
initial understanding. My initial understanding of
kink shame here.
felching, the first time I ever heard of it, was you do it with a straw, which to me was
Still
the
sucking.
really important part, was that sort of extra bit of detail and intentionality. Like, it's one thing, okay, you do a little rimming or cleanup or French kissing the bunghole after you've done things to it and so on. It's another thing to put a straw up there, which I feel is really dedication to the.
Do you have to get one of those
Committed,
baby straws if you're going to do it to yourself, or
Just a long, crazy straw.
The spiral ones.
A bubble tea. A bubble tea.
Just watch it.
Why do we always go back to this type of topic on the show? Let's do toilet coffins.
Oh God!
All right, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. How can we're going to go around to promote everybody? How can everybody get in touch with Mistress Sophie? You're in the UK. How can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, I'm on my website, which is currently going a bit of a renovation at the moment, at www.mistresssophieofhertfordshire.co.uk, and my Twitter handle is @m_Sophie93.
Anna Valentina, how can people get in touch with you? The pussy bar.
So
boss
my
your
website
pussy
is
all around.
all my dirty little secrets.
Be her employee.
So my website always is annavalentina.com, my name.com. And then I'm also on Night Flirt for conversations and stuff. Anna Valentina on NITEFLIRT is Night Flirt. So those are two ways. And then you could on my socials if you want to. I don't really update them very often, but yeah, come and find me.
The Lady Lioness. How can people contact you, support you, and support Club Femme and Jay?
So I'm happy to hear from anybody on FetLife. My handle is TheLadyLioness. You can find me, it's searchable. Or you can visit www.clubfemnj.com, and you can go to the Contact Us page and submit a contact form, and I get those emails and I respond to them. So either way, I'm happy to hear from you.
And everybody at the YKF audience, we're respectful, we're cool, we're kind, we keep it in mind. So I hope you represent us well. And if you reach out to anybody here, you do it with respect, kindness, and you have something to offer. Don't just be like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Something to offer. Don't waste your time. Time's expensive. So let's not waste any more time. Justin, how can people support you, buy your work, support your art? I mean, seriously, the stuff you make is amazing. How can we support it?
I appreciate that. I work person to person, so I keep it very social media. Check me out on Facebook. Look up Justin Sayne, Sayne, and it's pretty easy to find me. Also on Instagram. I don't have a website anymore because it just kept me too fucking busy. There's no way to keep up with all that. So I don't want to do production. I like to keep it small and quaint, top shelf. And I think I've kept my stuff on the top shelf.
I love that. Intimate.
I don't think we should be putting trash on our treasure. And I've seen plenty of trash out there. So, you know, I like to keep it top shelf, just like our partners, you know. So I do it one at a time. Every order I take, I speak or at least communicate directly with every single person that gets one of my pieces, all the way to the end when it gets to their doorstep. So I try to keep it as in this industry, we need to be one-on-one, person to person, you know, that kind of thing. So I keep it social media.
I agree. 100%. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. It seems to work really well for me. I'm not driving a Ferrari yet. If y'all would help out with the Ferrari, that would be great, you know. But I did buy a Harley last week, so I mean,
Very nice. Congratulations.
It's somewhat working. You know what I mean? It is somewhat working. But if you check me out on Facebook or Instagram, Facebook is great. We've been doing over there. How long we've been on Facebook? 15 years, 16 years now, something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, find me there. Hit me on Messenger, and I always. I've got so many croc whips coming right now. I just brought in the vet. I go to the source for the crocodile. There's only one place in the country that it goes to, and I go cherry. So you guys get the best ones in the nation, and I've got a stack of them right now.
I have a great idea for a show. We have a whip show. We get Narcissa, right? She's from New York, New Jersey. She makes Mercy whips, right? We can get whip people on the show as a panel show with experts. Are you down for that, Justin?
I'm in with that, and I'd even do a demonstration on how to throw them, because honestly, when I say I can train you to throw one of these accurate in 1 minute, I can in 1 minute.
We could have whips all around the country on the same live stream, like we did the rope show.
My name is Justin, and I support this message.
Yeah. And thank you all of you for being on here. Thank you, Mistress Claudia. She was here, but something happens. It does. Please go to yourkinkyfriends.com. Listen to us. Spotify, YKF, Your Kinky Friends. There's a lot of stuff on there that you can't get just on the internet. This show is going to be taken down, put on Spotify. It will be put up eventually. But yeah, get it on Spotify and get 15% off all inventory at Locked and Lost. I'm telling you, right? Get yourself some saran wrap, some pallet wrap, and very sturdy chair, right? Lock your chastise sub in one of these, and squirt seconds. Wow, did I feel like a prey who was caught in a web? Yes. Cash App. We need money. Every show could be the last. Yes, please. And also send it to patreon.com YKF. And please read a book, people. Reading is fundamental. This is how we protect the culture. This is how we protect the culture, through words. Your kinky friends, take your broken heart, make it into art, as Carrie Fisher said. All right. All right. It's going to be a good week. I got the power now. Everybody, please be cool, be kind, keep an open mind. I love you all. Thank you.
you.